I'd be like, oh no, what? What? You said what? You called me a what? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I started doing live on my page called Tea Talks, where I would speak to different people about topical issues, things that we want to talk about that there's not necessarily a space to do so. And it did really well. But then I got pregnant, had my baby, life was happening. I found that there was just no time. But I'm coming back with Tea Talks, but I'm specifically gonna be sharing on relationships. So Tea Talks is gonna be about relationships. First thing I wanted to kind of jump on in this very first video is the thing of relationships being a mirror to yourself, right? I always say that, you know, in my weekly Bible studies, I always talk about the fact that we are naturally self-serving as human beings. From when a little bit I grow, my mother tell me, say, you must come first in the class. Why you never come first? Why that girl get 10 out of 10 in spelling? You should get 10 out of 10 in spelling. And so we've kind of been brought up with a competitive, self-serving, selfish nature we all of us have been carved in sin and iniquity, so it was already a part of who we would have been in our DNA. But society doesn't help. It causes us to be selfish, to be self-serving, right? For instance, in my relationship, I will get upset, not anymore, used to. I would get upset, I would say the first thing that came to my mouth, the first disrespectful, I am going for the jugular. I am telling you all the things. But if my spouse ever turn around and say about the things I said to him, to me, I'd be like, oh no, what? What? You said what? You called me a what? Them time they know. When me I do it, me I class the things them after the argument, I expect him to say, it's okay honey, I understand you're upset, I forgive you, you know, I know you didn't mean any of those things, and really and truly it's my fault. So I deserved it, you know, that's what I'm expecting. But in the other way, if him ever go off like I went off and then tell me the things them afterwards, me not tell him say him did right, and it was okay for him to tell me those things and call me that name because I was behaving as such. Ooh. And so the point I'm trying to make, friends, is that there's a great revelation that occurs when you happen upon the mirror that is relationships, right? Your ugly becomes apparent. The things that are within you that you didn't know were teeming, you know, bubbling up. Those character traits, those little things within your personality that are not okay, they start to come up to the top in relationships. They start to come, you know, like foam. It starts to rise. It starts to become apparent. And a lot of us, when that happens, we jump on the offensive. We become defensive. We become guarded, right? But the truth is that is now the time for growth. That is now the time for self-actualizing. That's now the time for just becoming better, you know, just becoming better. Iron sharpens iron. And you, as you're doing it for yourself, your partner is also experiencing it, because none of us are perfect. And so you are now seeing things in him that he's just like, wow, I didn't know, babe. I didn't know that this was a thing. I didn't know I was suffering from this thing. You know, you ever notice, baby, that when I say X, Y, and Z, you respond like this? Wow, really? You know, what could that be? I need to get into therapy. You know that my therapist said that it was because of such and such? Thank you for pointing that out to me. I had no idea. That is what we're able to do. Yeah? That is what is able to happen. Growth, improvement, you know? And those things can only be revealed, as I say, when you're doing life closely with someone. Relationship and the mirror that it provides, the great revelations.